Okay, hi everybody. It's Thomas. I'm glad to see everybody. Well, I can't see you, but I just wanted to make this short um, podcast, well, not podcast, but just an address to tell how you guys have been doing, how I've been doing so far. I'm doing good. Still haven't got any health care yet, but I'm in the process of getting it right now. But I'm just going to be doing a follow up of how I've been doing since the last time I made this podcast and to tell you guys how well I've been doing. Um, about a month ago, I was in some bad shape with high blood pressure, and my eye, according to what the doctor said, I might have had a mild stroke in my left eye because of my uncontrolled hypertension or high blood pressure. Um, and it is the silent killer because prior to this situation, I had not had any situation, didn't know I was having any problems. I felt okay and I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, but I just didn't have any problems until this odd situation happened. Well, one night I was taking my nephew home from work, and I looked in somebody's high beams, well, flashing at me. Next thing you know, I had this little cover um, in my eye, and I thought it could have been something got in my eye, or I was wearing glasses, and my glasses might need to be um, cleaned or something like that. But it was some type of blockage in my vision, and I didn't know what it was. So I went to uh, an optometrist at Costco, and she diagnosed me and said, "This is some serious stuff here. You need to see a specialist." And I did go see a specialist, and they did a very thorough examination, and they determined that I had a stroke in this eye. What happened was one of the blood vessels had burst in my eye, and it was something that I needed to deal with. And it could have been related to either high blood sugar or high blood pressure. Now, being African American, we always have high blood pressure. But prior to this, in my situation, I have never been diagnosed with having any type of hypertension or any type of high blood pressure. I know my parents did at the time, and they were when I was younger. I mean, my blood pressure was great. I was doing really well, but I digress. So I went to the doctor, and they said that I had this thing. I need to see a primary care doctor. Well, the next day, what happened was my blood pressure 6 o'clock was severely elevated. I went to work, and they checked my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was something like 230 over 120, which is very high. I mean, it was cranking. So um, they took me in. I went to a neighborhood hospital, and they did some tests, did some tests to the EKG, and they found everything was okay except that the blood pressure was high. So they put me on some blood pressure medication, on one blood pressure medication for a month, and they told me to go and follow up with a primary care doctor, which I have not yet done, but I'm still on blood pressure medications as we speak. And as I said, we're in the process of doing that right now. But in the winning time, I had to do some things, and you know what those things were. I had to change my diet. I had to change my activity level. I have to do everything differently than I had been doing the previous, I would say, the previous 5 years. And I'm here to report that uh, into 2 months into this situation, my eyesight has gotten better. That little film that I was seeing had disappeared. And last week I went to the eye specialist, and she was happy, but she wanted to see me in another 4 months. But she said that the situation has stabilized, and that she did see some growth in my eye to replace what had happened. And she says that I was very lucky and that I am making some progress in this situation, which is great. Now, the blood pressure situation, I've been taking my blood pressure medications as they said, and then I've switched diet from a low carb diet to the keto diet, and I've been doing some research on that, and I have a podcast on the Healthy Apple Tree to look at that and how well I've been doing. And what happened was blood pressure has gone down tremendously. Blood pressure has gone down to by 100 millimeters of mercury, which is that I'm out of the woods, but I'm not out of the woods. I'm still in the woods, but the woods are not deep, deep, deep. I'm not lost. I can see that. I can see some activity now. I can see some cars, but I'm still away from the campsite. You know what I'm saying? So, if I was in the woods, I'm coming up. I can smell the food cooking. I can see it. I can wave to y'all. But I'm not quite there yet. So, my blood pressure had went down to, I think, 145 over 90, which is back normal to what I had been previously. And I'm like, yay, good. But so I am definitely making some progress on this new diet. So to make matters or to continue on in this vein, I've been doing more education of myself on this keto diet, which has been working very well. And I've actually lost some weight, a lot of weight, and I feel comfortable and I feel good about it. And I will, and with my friend Barry Phillips, we will be doing some podcasts on this. Well, we already did a couple of podcasts on this, but basically, we'll be doing some more podcasts about this and about this keto diet because this thing has been working for me. I can't believe it. I have been trying to lose weight for the last 4 or 5 years, but nothing has happened. But this is remarkable. I've actually lost weight. I feel good. My clothes are losing their weight. I mean, I'm getting looser. And that means that I'm definitely making some progress on this diet. And I've been, doing this research. So, well, I'm just going to put it to you like this. It's a change, and I'm glad to have this change. So I'm just going to end this podcast by saying I'm on a mends, and I'm doing good on this follow-up. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys down the road. This is Thomas. Bye-bye.